What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. If you guys thought that I was going to play the eventual winner of the voting polls for season 28 coming up, joke's on you, that's going to be scheduled next season. So, for those who voted in advance, April Fools to you and best gag in the books. Anyway, new season has arrived, and I am happy about this. This is gonna be awesome. So, today's season challenge, at the time recording that this video is getting posted, the Art of Blooming in Adversity Part 2, the Synchro Edition, aka Aromas. The idea about how aromas work is that they work on life points being higher, and yet most monsters, they definitely do something according to while your life points are higher and or once you gain those life points up. So before we go through the in-depth guide of aromas, you guys know the drill. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You guys know the good stuff. Anyways, the guide to aroma, aka Blooming in Adversity Part 2, Synchro Edition. The archetype of aroma has a total of 8 monsters, along with 2 spells, 3 traps, and 3 extra deck cards. Now, Aroma Jar, Aroma Seraphie Angelica, Aromage Laurel, all level 1 monsters. Aroma Jar is a rock flip effect of a wind monster, 500 attack, 400 defense. Upon flipped, flip face up, can't be killed by battle while it's face up. And if this card is flip face up during each end phase, gain 500 life. Aroma Seraphie Angelica, level 1 plant tuner, no stats both ways. And then as a quick effect, discard this, target 1 aroma monster in your graveyard, gain life equal to that target's attack. And then we'll just go over the gaining life points first, and then it is once you gain life effects. Aromage Laurel, level 1 wind plant, 800 attack, no defense. If your life points are higher than your opponent's, free special from your hand. Aromage Jasmine, level 2 light plant, 100 attack, 1900 defense, way too large for a level 2. During your main phase, while your life points are higher than your opponent's, Jasmine is the double summon of plants. Aromage Kananga, level 3 earth plant, 1400 attack, 1000 defense. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense. And the debuff is permanent, basically, as long as she's face up on the field. Aromage Rosemary, level 4 water plant, 1800 attack, 700 defense. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, if a plant monster you control attacks, your opponent cannot activate monster effects until the end of the damage step. So plants are basically ancient gears while your life points are higher than your opponent's. Aromage Marjoram, level 5 dark plant, 2000 attack, 1600 defense. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, you take no battle damage involving plants. And then when a plant monster you control gets killed by battle, special this for hand, then gain 500 life. Aromage Bergamo. Level 6 Fire Plant, 2400 attack, 1800 defense. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, if a plant monster you control attacks a defense monster, pierce battle damage. And then the Synchros. Aromatherapy Rosemary, level 5, Light Plant Synchro, 2000 attack, 900 defense. Generic 5, of course. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, all plants you control gain 500 attack and defense. And then Aromatherapy Sweet Marjoram, the power source, well, the boss monster of aromas. Generic 6 of a Light Plant Synchro, 2200 attack, 2000 defense. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, your opponent cannot target plant monsters within card effects. And then First Chance Sweet Marjoram gets Synchro Summon. Add 1 Humid Winds, Dried Winds, or Blessed Winds from deck to hand. And then Jasmine, the Light Plant Link to 1800 attack. Y'all know what's up with Jasmine ever since using this card back in Rika's. If your life points are higher than your opponent's, this card and any plant monster that it points to cannot be killed by battle. Also, tribute 1 plant, tribute 1 monster that this card points to, special 1 plant from your deck in defense. And that lone fire effect is once per turn. Now, when it comes to aroma monsters, in terms of gaining life, the way it works, list as follows. Not counting Aroma Jar, of course, because obviously gains life every time this happens, once flipped. And then I forgot about Angelica's other effect, so sorry, which is while your life points are higher than your opponent's while she's in the graveyard, this is basically free special summon from your graveyard, but banish it whenever she leaves the field. Okay, as I was saying, the way how aromas work in terms of once you gain life points, aromages be gaining the unique effects. Laurel's life point gain effect. Target 1 non-tuner plant monster anywhere on the field, make it a tuner. Jasmine, draw you a card, soft once per turn. Kananga, target 1 spell trap your opponent controls, kick it back to the hand. Soft once per turn, as long as you have multiple copies. Rosemary, target 1 face-up monster anywhere on the field, changes battle position. Marjoram's life point gain. Target cards in your opponent's graveyard up to the number of aroma monsters you control, banish them. So basically, Marjoram is the DD Crow, assuming that if you use Angelica's hand effect as a quick effect, basically. Bergamo, this card itself gain 1000 attack and defense until the end of your opponent's turn. Aromatherapy Rosemary, life point gain effect is target 1 face up card your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn, spells and traps included. Sweet Marjoram, target 1 card your opponent controls, kill it. And then Jasmine, search for literally any plant from deck to hand. The aroma spells and traps. Aroma Garden, Aroma Gardening. For Aroma Garden, the field spell, soft once per turn. If you control an aroma monster, gain 500 life. Also, all monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense until the end of your opponent's next turn, even if it leaves. And then if a face-up aroma monster you control gets killed by a battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, gain 1000 life. Aroma Gardening. If you normal or special and aroma monsters, more than one outside of the damage step, gain 1,000 life. And then when an opponent's monster declares an attack while your life points are lower than your opponent's, special one aroma monster straight from your deck. So basically, gardening is your e-tally of aromas. Now, courtesy of Sweet Marjoram, the 3 winds traps. Humid Winds, pay 1,000, add 1 aroma monster from deck to hand, so Rhoda of Aromas, and then if your life points are lower than your opponent's, gain 500 life. And then each effect of Humid Winds once. Dried Winds, if you gain life, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, kill it. If you control an aroma monster and your life points are at least 3,000 higher than your opponent's, pay life equal to the difference, does not target, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls whose combined attack is less than or equal to the life points you pay to activate this effect. Each effect of Dried Winds once. And now, Blessed Winds. One of the following 3 effects. And Blessed Winds is a hard one. Send 1 plant from hand or face up, field to the graveyard, gain 500. Target 1 plant type monster in your graveyard, shuffle it back, gain 500 life, or pay 1,000, call it a haunted, any aroma from your graveyard. And I believe that is literally every single card covered. Yes, it is. Let's get into the matches. Versus Trap Tricks. So, 2 set, Summon Myrmilio, getting Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Set 1, Sarah, of course. And we're gonna try our hardest to play around Gravedigger as much as we could. Normal Jasmine, Aroma Garden, gain 5, Jasmine, drew into Bell, extra summon, Rosemary, Rosemary over Sarah, Jasmine 600, and pass. Lightning Storm on the monsters. Aroma Garden, gain 1,000, pass. Instant Fuse. Normal Aroma Garden. Or Aromatherapy Angelica. Aroma Garden, gained a 500. And then Jasmine. Set 1, pass. Set 1 from opponent's monster, pass. Foolish. Good thing we didn't get Jasmine's effect from last turn. Normal Bell, Jasmine, Chibi Bell, or Bergamo. Network Trap Hole. Now, in one of my lists of Trap Tricks, I do not play Network Trap Hole, to be honest, because I really don't see most decks nowadays don't ever special summon from the deck anymore as much as you used to, with the exception of Snake Eyes for one. But what can I say? Whatever happens with that Bergamo being banished face down, it happens. Jasmine, Trap Tricks 8 tracks. Garden, gain of 500 life. Jasmine for Laurel, Laurel trigger. That clears out the Gravedigger. Angelica's Graveyard effect. Special it out to the arrow where Jasmine is pointed at. And pass. Set 1, pass. Laurel, free special, Jasmine. For Aromage, Marjoram. Laurel. Deep Dark Trap Hole. Level 5 or higher, effect monsters more than one is special summoned banish that level 5 or higher effect monster. You know, the sad part is, I have the perfect setup just to go into the boss of the deck like it's meant to do, which is Sweet Marjoram. But what can you do? Whatever happens, it happens. And of course, before we end the rest of the footage, of course, the honorary extra deck monsters to go through. Garden Rose Maiden and Garden Rose Flora, both level 5. Rose is a Maiden is a dark, Flora is a light, both plants. Synchros, Flora is a tuner. 1600 attack, 2400 defense for the Maiden, while Flora's stat is 800 attack, 1600 defense. For the Flora, generic 5, Rose Maiden, generic 5. For the Flora, target one card anywhere in the field zone, kill it, and then generate a Rose token to the controller's field. Plant Dark, level 2, 800 stat line up both ways, in attack position. Also, can't special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Synchros. And then the token generating effect of Flora is Hard Ones. Once per chain, during your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect, put up a Synchro summon once resolved. And then Garden Rose Mania here, upon special summon, not Synchro summon, special summon, get a black garden from deck or graveyard to your hand. And then you can banish this, target one Rose Dragon or one Dragon Synchro in your graveyard, special it out. Each effect once. Queen of Thorns, level 6, light plant, 2200 attack, 1800 defense, generic, no, it's not generic. One tuner, one or more non-tuner plants to make it. Each player must pay 1000 life to normal or special from the hand except plants. Splendid Rose, generic 6, 2200 attack, 2000 defense of a level 6 wind plant synchro. Once per turn, banish a plant, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, cut the attack in half until the end of this turn. During the battle phase, if this card attacked, banish a plant from the graveyard, cut the attack in half of this card to the end of this turn, and if you do, this card can make a second attack during the battle phase. And last but not least, Circle of the Fairies, level 7 plant synchro of a wind monster. 2200 attack, 2500 defense. During your main phase, double summon one insect or plant in addition to the normal summon set. And then when a monster gets killed by battle involving your insect or plant and sent to the graveyard, target one of those destroyed monsters, burn your opponent based off from half of its attack. Then gain life equal to the damage inflicted to your opponent. And then the effect of Circle of the Fairies once. So, once again, Marjoram special, courtesy of Jasmine. Deep Dark Trap Hole triggered for the sake of Marjoram being banished. Chain Cosmic to remove the other card. Even though my opponent did got rid of Marjoram, opponent wasn't even coming close to being killed off until next turn. But anyways, whatever happens, it happens. So guys, that's gonna do it on this April Fool's joke. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you haven't already, smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And we'll catch you guys this season with Aromas.